towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. Fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead.
Hi there, they call me the governor. And I'm here with a bunch of fine people today. We have a full house for trivia and talking about Fear the Walking Dead. Though actually, this past episode might not be a turd, might be shined up a bit. So, but welcome. We are going to do our truncated trivia, and then we're going to talk about Fear. But before we get to that, we have a lot of people to quickly introduce themselves. We'll start with someone we haven't seen in a long, long time. We'll start with Jazz.
Hi, y'all. Jazz here. Happy to be back, hopefully for more episodes in the future.
Awesome. Ms. Kayla?
Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Kayla. I'm so happy to be here again. Like, we need to really talk about Fear tonight. Like, it was a great episode, so I can't wait to get to that.
We will be talking. And Karina?
Hi, Karina, Tootie Taurus on Twitter, and I am very excited to talk about this episode of Fear.
Awesome. Jack? Who is muted?
Wouldn't be a good stream without me muting myself, would it? Jack here, sometimes muted, sometimes not. Very excited to talk about Fear regardless.
Very cool. Busy?
Busy Brian. I mean, I'm excited that we actually had a decent episode. I mean, I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah. Mashand. There's a smile.
Hi. I'm excited to talk about Fear. This is the best episode ever.
Well, I would say, yeah, it's up there. And my Lieutenant Governor, Tomaj, who is also the Games Master Extreme. Say hi, Tomaj.
Y'all don't know me, I don't know y'all, but what I do know is we showed up and showed out for Mr. Lenny James tonight.
Yes, we did.
Absolutely, and we will be having discussions, and of course I am the Governor, your host. And so we're going to be, again, we'll be doing the 10-question trivia. So it'll be fast and hopefully get through it soon. The prizes tonight, we still have poor unloved Merle. The 6-in-1 faces, 3 of them which a biter. I did that. We have, it's kind of a 3-pack, but I can't find the wristband, so it's a Daryl Dixon Wings ornament.
Ooh.
And a pin set of the King, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Yep.
Love them.
Ezekiel. And once I find in that mess over there the wristband, that goes with that. And the new prize this week is a Terminus tin container, otherwise known as a lunchbox.
Ooh.
I really like that. I love a lunchbox.
You can see mine in the background.
Show
Stop,
off.
you got one?
So, yeah, Ms. Kayla might need to adjust your video a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, it's acting up.
So you get your choice of those prizes. Ms. Stephanie Sullivan, I sent you an email. I have been super busy and have not shipped out your Here's Negan graphic novel. But I will get that out this week and hopefully along with the prize of whoever wins tonight. So, yeah, explain the game, Mr. Tomaj.
Okay, so I will roll the multicolored die, and whatever color I roll, I will read the corresponding category. Purple is characters, blue is episodes, pink is the dead, orange is locations, yellow is events/milestones, and green is wildcard. And we will be doing seasons 1 through 7. 10 questions. Nice and easy.
Well, hopefully nice and easy because we have the die on our side. Sometimes it's on our side. And then, yeah, we will play along in the chat, but on your screen here, but we don't get to win any prizes. Sorry, I know Mashand really wants that lunchbox, but, you know.
I really do like that lunchbox.
Well, I'm sure I'll find an eBay listing. There we go. Unless they don't choose it, and then, you know, it doesn't have to be a prize next week. So we'll see. All right, shall we get started with trivia? Again, it's the first one who answers in the chat that we see. So make sure you're refreshed and up to date.
Purple characters.
Hopefully you'll be able to understand Tomaj with all the food in his mouth, but you know.
Right? And I'm starving.
All right, nice and simple. Y'all ready?
Sure.
I think so.
It's really simple. I'm gonna start y'all off easy today. I'm gonna start y'all off right. Who claimed to Abraham to be a scientist?
Okay, there we go.
That's just a
technical.
warm up. This is just a warm up.
The next
Chat,
question
this
will
is
be,
based
how
off
long
speed.
is the left toenail of...
Literally.
Yeah, I don't think you need to do a 10 countdown on this one.
All right, yeah, y'all can hold those up. Chat, it's the whoever
Terrible
answers it
with
first.
I'm terrible with spelling.
And I'm about to say, y'all better not spell it.
Eugene Herman Porter. Yes, I expect nothing less, Jack. Correct, everybody. Everybody's correct.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
Chat, it looks like Imani was first on my screen. So, Imani, you are in the lead.
Anybody that will get that wrong literally just hasn't seen Walking Dead.
Or they watch like the first season, and that's it.
And that's it.
Already starting to throw shade here. I like it.
I got to erase points from last week. Wasn't many of them.
Nope.
Eugene Duh
scroll.
was also an answer that we accepted.
All
Someone
right.
said Rosita.
You know what?
All right, this one was green, and the category is wild card. And the question is, what animal did Beth and Daryl hear outside the funeral home? What animal did
Oh, that's
Beth
easy.
and Daryl hear outside the funeral home?
Animal.
Y'all should know this.
It's
Too.
obviously a Muppet.
Muppets look scary.
All right, somebody's been traumatized by Sesame Street.
No. They don't scare me, but they do look scary.
I'm gonna give y'all 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. A dog,
Oh, yeah.
rabbit, a raccoon, dog. The correct answer is dog.
Yay, I'm right. That was
So
easy.
Busy said coyote, and who said raccoon?
I did.
Okay, so wow.
Imani was first again. Wait, yeah. Imani, you're taking a strong lead. I'd like to see it.
I just remember Daryl coming to the door for the second time
Yeah,
thinking it
it's
was
like that
still the
damn
dog, but it
dog.
was a group of
Oh,
walkers.
yeah.
That's right.
All I can think about is the bad lip reading for that.
Yes.
Busy. I'm so disappointed in you.
My
I don't
head's
think
not
we
in it
ever had a
today.
coyote on the show, have we?
No.
Pretty
Not
much
that I'm
just
aware
deer
of.
and dog.
Deer, dog, lot of squirrel.
Cats.
And some snakes.
There
And
were
horses
cats.
that get eaten.
Horses, pigs. We got the little piglets.
No,
Yep.
cats, but not in the first 7 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
All the cats who were hanging out at the hospital until, they left, and that clued Beta in. See, I remember all kinds of stuff from the latest seasons.
Too bad trivia is not on that. This is Walking Dead Prime right here. All right, Blue. That is episodes, everybody's favorite.
Boo.
All right.
Mm-mm.
How many characters were in the name of the 3rd episode in the 7th season?
Right.
All right. In the episode Walk With Me, which first season character found Michonne and Andrea in the forest? In the episode Walk With Me, which first season character found Michonne and Andrea in the forest? Nice and easy, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
simple.
don't know that.
I don't know that one either.
You got to give me a
It's
second.
It's a season 3 episode.
But it's a season 1 character.
Right.
But
But he wasn't around in season 2. I'm giving too many hints.
see, because it's
Jack is
No.
laughing at y'all.
Look,
My
give a
thing
hint.
is
His name is Mary Poppins. Just another
this is
hint.
my thing.
Wow, thanks there. Yeah, okay.
Y'all are
I already no listen. I already had it, but I just think it's because I was so pissed off. I'm like, how did they get to the place that I fucking hated watching, but was Kyle's favorite place?
Well, eventually I didn't like it because I burnt it the fuck to the ground.
I fucking hated that place.
Hey, it was a nice place. You would have enjoyed
Which-
it there if you had to
With horrible
hide
leadership.
from biters.
I got a question about this episode too. Once we answer this question, because I know the answer, but like I got a good question.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. Let's see what y'all got. Merle Dixon, Merle. Yes, correct.
Though,
If we was going by spelling, Michonne, you'd be wrong. If
Yeah.
we gave
Leave
you
me
the Mrs.
alone.
Eddie Munson treatment.
I
But I
can't.
guess we're not doing that.
Literally,
Mrs. Eddie
Yeah,
Munson's
she
the
said
only one
Merrill,
spelling counts
didn't
for.
I literally spelled it like Daryl. Literally, that's not how you spell it. I'm still trying to figure out what happened with the helicopter. Didn't the governor make that helicopter crash?
no, it was running out of fuel. It crashed. And
Just so happened right where Merle was at.
well,
Pretty
no,
much.
because it crashed, and both Andrea and
Michonne.
Michonne were going to the helicopter, and we happened to be out scavenging for supplies. And
Or killing people.
Shh, we don't talk about that. And yeah, I happened to have my men with me, and we found the helicopter, and yeah.
I never forget how mad I was when Michonne turned around and Merle was standing over her. I said, "Ain't that about a bitch?"
He
Ugh,
was finna cut him in two. He got lucky.
man, missing a hand and everything.
Well, we gave him a prosthetic that he seemed to love.
Mhm.
Oh, chat. Imani was first again. Imani has a strong lead.
She is
I'm
not
happy.
playing.
A fast keyboard, apparently.
Yeah, I'm
Everyone's
gonna have to
got
ask some
up their
harder
keyboard
questions.
game.
Imani said the question's too easy, so I gotta step it up because that's an insult on my part.
First of all, I've missed a couple of these. Can I just have an easy week back?
Right?
The dead.
And I did just rewatch season 1 and 2. You ain't asked nothing about them.
No, ma'am. This one nice and easy. I don't like it, but whatever. Who decided to stay and die with Dr. Jenner? Who decided to stay and die with Dr. Jenner? Spelling counts on this one. So
R.I.P.
everybody gonna get it wrong.
It's only 2 possible endings
Jack.
for the name.
I appreciate that, Tomaj.
It's only 2
Had
possible
a real
endings.
shitty day
Hit that
and warms
countdown,
my heart.
Tomaj. Let's go.
I don't know how to spell her name.
I don't know how to spell her name either.
Spelling should not count. It's only 2 ways to spell this name.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on. I was just playing about the spelling.
Oh, I'm like, sir.
Jackie.
All I know is wife,
Jackie.
because I was like, okay.
Ding, ding, ding.
Why are you spelling it like it's French?
Because that's how you spell it, actually.
Mrs. Eddie Munson put in all caps. Spelling always counts.
Exactly. Switching on and off with
And
the spelling
hi.
now.
Alexander,
like-
it was
Counts,
great
right? Or
seeing
am I
you.
tripping?
It was great seeing
No.
you at Fan Expo. Sorry, 2
I
of the
feel like-
people you wanted to see weren't there.
I feel like spelling should only count if you just way fucked up.
Yeah, well, Imani was first again, so yeah.
What's that?
Wow.
4 and 0?
Yeah, that's
Literally.
all I know.
Once Imani gets to 6, it's just gonna be mercy rule at that point. Nobody else can win. All
Dominate.
right, let's roll. This is Pink, the dead again. Ooh, okay. Which part of Amy's body was first bitten by a walker? Which part of Amy's body was first bitten by a walker?
I'll tell you who did it too.
Yep. I need the name of the bone, the specific area,
How many capillaries were busted in that initial
how
bite?
deep the bite was, the exact amount of blood that was lost. I wouldn't mind.
I'm trying to figure out if that part counts as the top or the bottom.
I'm just
I think that part counts as the top. I don't think that matters. Like, I got the body part.
I'm
but-
like visualizing the scene, and I know she got bit by more than one biter, so it's like,
Wasn't one of them Greg Nicotero too?
Nicotero was the first one. That's why I said I know who did it. Wait, was Nicotero the walker that was eating the deer when we first got introduced to Daryl? Was he that walker too?
Right, I think he was, right?
I think he was.
I always knew for a fact he was the walker that bit Amy, but when I just rewatched season 1, I'm like, that looked like that's him too.
He's in there a couple times. I think he's at the dumpster with Glenn and Nicholas too. And then when Rick sees all the dead people in his last episode, he's one of the people on the ground. But I'm pretty sure we've seen him more than that. Wasn't he one of the last walkers that we saw too?
He was the last walker.
He was on the road when Daryl drove by.
Nicotero, I think he said he's been a walker over a dozen times.
Yeah, he's got like Marriott rewards points for all the travelings he does.
2, 1. Let me see what y'all got.
I'm
on
hoping
the
I
top.
got it right.
Arm, left wrist, arm, busy what you got. Forearm. Mashawn, that is blurry as hell.
It's forearm.
Forearm. The correct answer is, I think it's just the arm.
Okay.
We'll accept forearm as it is part of, and we'll even accept left wrist. So
Literally, because it was not this part. It was definitely the forearm. I was specific.
Phyllis
did
said
anyone
not on
have
my watch.
an incorrect
Phyllis
answer?
on
Because
board.
I didn't see everyone's answer in this group. Did everyone get that right?
Yeah,
I got it right.
All right. Because I keep
Somebody
track of
just said neck meat. I would have gave y'all a point.
Not.
Y'all know that's my favorite part.
Right.
Get bit in the neck.
Well,
Hold
you
on,
could
Linda
get
put
bit
neck
in
meat
the
in the
side
chat.
of the
I
stomach for
appreciate
like
it.
half an instant. That was such a quick bite, but let's not talk about that quite yet. We'll get there. So that was question 5. You know what that means.
Halfway there.
Halfway there, and I need to run an ad.
And an ad.
Living on a prayer.
Not the
Ad
ad.
inserted. So, and
Take a moment to appreciate my reshown glass, y'all.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
cute.
Immaculate.
Thank you. Sword and katana on that. I love it.
that is nice.
Mm.
2 of my most hated people, but that is a nice class. So it looks like it wasn't Amani this time in the chat. Did I hear that right, or did you check yet?
It was Phyllis's point.
Yeah, I see Phyllis.
Woo!
Ooh,
All right, Phil.
Represent.
Listen, this bitch.
making sure it's not a shutout, at least. All right. By now, hopefully, the ad has percolated for everybody.
Until then, I'm going to roll. Purple. That is characters.
Sorry, you can't be here, Mitchell.
Who did Daryl save on his motorcycle as everyone evacuated the farm?
That's easy.
Nice and easy.
Yep.
Who did Daryl save on his motorcycle as everyone evacuated the farm?
This is the easiest string of questions we've ever had.
Ever.
Yeah, I
Oh,
might
shut the
get this
fuck
wrong.
up. Don't jinx it.
No, because you're not allowed to say that because you be answering some.
Wait, but
crazy-ass
this the
shit.
thing.
That doesn't matter.
Wait, I'm going back and forth because I could. You talk. Okay, so you talking about like?
The
Can
farm.
I say like? I'm trying not to like say what happened. Like crying and running and hopped on a motorcycle.
Girl, just
On
put
the
your auntie
motorcycle.
name down. and let's go.
Yo, that's crazy.
It could be anybody.
Go with your gut.
All right, I put it.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what y'all got.
My auntie.
Carol. Correct.
Anytime I start hearing that countdown, all I think of is iCarly.
In 5, 4, 3.
I know.
All I see is Carol running and just barely getting on the motorcycle.
Come on, I ain't got all day.
Nah, it's so funny. I'm rewatching with my brother, and I want to tell him so bad like how much she's changed from being that
She is not that
crying
sad.
woman to season 5 premiere. It's like, oh man,
To almost
great.
shooting Rick in the season 3 premiere.
it's nuts.
Oh God.
All right, this one was wild card.
Yeah, but
Uh-oh.
who got the point? Did you?
Nobody, me. So,
I'm about to say, see, slow down.
Phyllis. Looks like
Phyllis.
Phyllis is coming
Period.
back with
Phyllis.
vengeance.
Ooh.
I know that's right.
Yay.
Imani was too busy rooting for Phyllis and then lost the question and the point. That's crazy. All right.
Worst ways to go.
Literally. All right. The question is, what foot-powered form of transportation did Carl and Enid find on the way to Hilltop? What
One of the best scenes
foot-powered
ever.
form of transportation did Carl and Enid find on the way to Hilltop?
Can I put two names? Because people like to they like to swap out the names.
Sure.
I never really hear black people say the longer name.
Right.
They're all the short word. And you know
Yeah.
I always thought it was dependent on what they looked like, but maybe I learned wrong.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roller skates, roller skates.
I wrote
roller
bike.
skates.
Yeah.
Yep. Rollerblades. Yep. Correct.
So technically, rollerblades are the 3 single ones in the middle, but black
Right.
people just call them all skates. They're all
Yep.
I mean, it's easier.
Wait,
all
so was I
skates.
wrong for saying rollerblades?
Yeah.
No.
I've never
I put
heard of
rollerblades
We'll
and skates.
accept the
They're all the same
rollerblades.
family.
We'll accept skates. I'm afraid we cannot accept bike. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
not a bike.
Bike
If
I
anything-
think the foot-powered kind of, would throw
No.
some people off.
They could have put,
But, if you visualize the scene,
but Carl did a lorry before that, so they could have said that. And that would've made-
Hey, at least he didn't flip it.
For me, so.
Have we ever seen Carl ride a bike?
No.
No.
Who rode a bike?
We've seen a murderer man.
Rick.
but not ride a bike.
Enid rode a bike.
Rick
Enid
rode a
and Rick.
bike in the pilot.
Well, we know Rick rode he took
Eugene,
bicycle girl bike.
Yumiko, Princess Ezekiel,
Yep.
Rick had the most iconic bike.
and he could barely ride that bitch.
Well, he was in a coma. In fact, he shouldn't have been
He was
able
like
to
a little
really walk.
giraffe, like wobbling, barely standing.
Well, he shouldn't have been able to really even walk. Forget about,
No, he probably
was
should have died
cool.
from malnutrition, but
I was thinking the same thing. That's
Man,
one of those
whatever.
questions. we're not supposed to-
Well, he could have still been getting his IV drip. That's gravity. So I don't know.
Yeah, but he hasn't eaten. He hasn't the muscle atrophy. There's all kinds of reasons why he shouldn't have been able to do that.
I'm
Which is
assuming the
one-
writers had to have done their research before they picked that specific amount of,
He
a
was
day.
scooting.
no.
He fell on the floor at first. He had
That's
to
too
call-
much
No,
credit.
they don't do their research.
Oh,
And
that
everybody who
zombie
has a
show.
medical problem has an appendix problem. You notice that? Everybody.
I did.
Thankfully, first of all, and just rewatching it, I realized Carl and Rick got shot in the same spot.
Wasn't
Yeah,
Rick's
our day
bandage
rode
in the
bike.
wrong spot in the next scene?
I think so.
Either
Because
that
it
or
was
they
like
flipped the
wrapped around
footage.
his ribs, but he got shot in like the back shoulder blade. I don't know. It was
Rick
weird.
got shot right here. In the little bitty piece of meat that wasn't in the bulletproof vest. That little piece of meat right
Mm.
there.
So it looks like Mrs. Eddie Munson took the point on this one. So congratulations, you're on the board.
Alex ain't playing with y'all.
It is not too late to stop Imani. All right, let's roll. Blue, that is episodes. Ooh, I love episodes. 'Cause this one, y'all hate it. Oh, this one's too easy. I don't like that one.
Why
Hey,
you
hey,
cheating?
hey,
You gotta go. You gotta
It's
go.
whatever you poured out. Quit cheating.
I'm on a roll.
No,
I got
y'all
all of
didn't
them
have
right.
it too easy. I'm finna
No,
get y'all.
it's whatever
good.
you poured out. Quit cheating.
Hold on, no, this question's too good.
Stop
What
laughing.
job did Guillermo previously hold at the nursing home?
Guillermo.
Guillermo. What
I
job
don't
did
remember.
Guillermo previously hold at the nursing home?
I'm gonna put the exact word he said.
I don't remember.
Come
I don't
on
even
now.
know- I don't even remember what he
All
said,
of these people,
so.
they look to me now.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
other
even
one
know
was
why.
so easy, I felt embarrassed to read it.
It's my favorite episode too, and I don't remember what he said.
That is one word. Come on now. It's so easy. I'm on the roll today. Come on. I'm trying to get
I'm
my
using a
10.
very official term for what I think his job was.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
That's probably what he called it.
These people, they all look to me now. And I don't even know why. Because they can. That's what Rick said.
I don't think
can.
Busy knows the answer to this one. He don't look to appease.
He's just looking at the wall.
He's like, I'm just
Paul,
going to look at
come
my
on.
Terminus lunchbox.
I don't remember.
Paul, this is an easy one.
No,
I
I'm
still-
done. I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, 5,
You were looking
4,
testy.
3, 2, 1. Let me see what y'all put.
Y'all better have a real word.
Custodian, janitor, engineer.
Sanitation engineer.
Custodian. What's that say, Karina?
He's an aide. I don't know if it's a nurse's aide.
Sanitation
Okay.
engineer is another word for it.
The
Was
correct answer was custodian.
And was. Thank you. Give me
Yeah.
my
So janitor is right
Sanitation.
too.
Engineer
Yeah.
and janitor are both accepted. However,
God,
nurse's aide
yes.
is not.
Felipe's a nurse. Me, I'm the custodian.
Mrs. Eddie Munson took this one. All right.
All right.
Tied with
This
Phyllis.
is a race now.
I got
It is
all of
right.
them right so far. That's crazy.
Is that a challenge? Okay.
Shut
I
up.
got something for y'all.
Why do you have to
Bonus
gloat?
round Tomaj versus.
That's all right.
Not everyone has gotten everyone right, and that was 8 questions. So
2 more to
Still-
go.
still a few more people can.
Would
got
y'all have
something
given
for
the
y'all.
Vatos some guns?
Let me roll
Absolutely.
the right color. I got something for y'all.
Felipe, don't you take him?
Purple.
Not here to
That
arrest
is
your grandson.
characters. Oh, we're not about to talk about that one. That one just hurt my feelings.
Oh, come on.
Oh no,
Right.
you got to read it.
All right, fine. Which of
Wait.
Rick's group did Negan take with him after 2 brutal murders?
First of all, I'm still upset.
And that's why I just said this one hurt my feelings.
Because why was he so obsessed with this person?
I don't know. Which of Rick's group did Negan take with him after 2 brutal murders? I'm hurt.
Phyllis, I know you're getting this right.
I mean,
Phyllis, I know you
Actually-
typed it already.
I know I'm getting it right too.
actually, I'm trying to remember. Were there 2 brutal murders at the other place, or just 1? Because I think I was about to give the wrong answer, but
Come on, this is. I mean, this is.
I'll tell you what I was also
can't
thinking
forget
after
this.
we the answer is revealed.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me see what y'all got.
Mr.
Daryl. Congratulations.
Now,
Daryl
I
right.
wanna
when he
remember
took
that.
Eugene, he had murdered Spencer, and I'm not sure if anyone else was murdered that day.
Yeah,
so that's-
the food lady.
Olivia was, but
Not
it was
the bootleg.
she was
Negan
killed
did
by
not
a
kill
rock.
Olivia.
Olivia's name. She
Negan-
I forgot her name.
Negan did not kill Olivia. The lady with the half. The
They
half
said
hair
they
shot
said
Olivia.
2 brutal murders. Doesn't matter that it's
No.
by Negan or not.
No.
It's a reasonable
Lemonade ain't
question.
been the same
Yeah.
since Olivia died. It just don't taste right.
They disrespected Olivia, but
well,
at least
no,
she
no.
got to slap the
Terminus
shit
people
out of
would probably
Negan.
think she didn't taste
Facts.
it. You know.
That's my favorite
Well,
moment.
they were also making him eat horse meat as of late, so
I don't know nobody else that ever slapped the shit out of Negan other than Olivia.
A lot of
Now
people
she got her
should have.
lick in. I know that's
Daryl did.
Did Sherry do it or am I
Well,
tripping?
obviously, yeah. Once Negan
No,
was
Sherry didn't.
arrested, they got their licks in. But
sure he
no.
got them cheeks slapped.
When he was
I'm sure Lucille did some
I'm sure he got a
slapping off
spanking.
camera, so.
when he was dick swinging Negan, ain't nobody slapping but Olivia.
Yeah.
All right.
She was
That's
not
some-
playing.
I mean, Daryl got a
Question
lick in.
9.
I'm about
Yep.
50% more into you now.
That was question 9.
Jack, we do not want a Negan
Yes.
take right
Last question.
So who got it
this
in the
is
chat?
10.
Was it
Mrs. Eddie Munson.
Damn,
So
Phyllis.
what is the
Oh.
score right now for the chat?
Imani is still in the lead with 4. Mrs. Eddie Munson is on fire right now on a hot streak with 3 points, and
Okay.
Phyllis is at 2. Everybody else, this is just pitiful. I'm sorry, y'all just ain't fast enough. But
Well,
yeah.
at least you tried.
Are they at least getting them right? Just too
A
slow?
lot of people are getting them right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part, they just slow. And if you're not first, you're last. So I'm sorry.
I mean, it
That's-
could be bad
So if
internet,
Mrs. Eddie
so-
Munson gets
yes.
this one, we need a tiebreaker
It'll be a tie.
question.
Oh, you're excited about this one, Tomaj. That means we should be nervous.
Yeah, right.
I gotta find it. I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, blue episodes. I don't know what I did with it.
Please just don't ask. Wait.
This one ain't that
That one
hard.
you can skip.
This one is episodes. This one ain't that hard. This is nice and easy. Who did Sasha kiss in the episode Strangers? Who did Sasha kiss in the episode Strangers?
Literally don't even know what episode Strangers was, but she only ever kissed 2 people, right? So I mean, I got a 50-50 chance.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
And I fucking hated one of them, so.
I can't remember what it.
I hope this is the right person.
What episode was Strangers? Can I get a hint?
No.
What happened in Strangers?
We'll talk about it after the answer's revealed.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
5.
It's only
4,
could be 2 people,
3,
so.
2,
Right.
1. Let's see what y'all got. Bob. The correct answer is Bob.
Bob Sticky.
Yay!
Mr. Show off there.
I don't know what I did with the other card.
I think
That
that's
was
gonna be the
not the
first time I get
original
them
I
all
had.
right. You got to
Well-
just give me right one more time, and I got them all right.
You got them all right. I got them all right.
I got 'em all
Jack
right.
got them all right. Ms. Gayla got them all right.
I hated Bob.
Busy and
Me
Jazz
too.
each missed on 1, and Katrina missed on 2. But still,
Who's Katrina?
Karina.
Hurricane?
Sorry, I
Instantly.
can't read my own handwriting. Okay, I only got one eye.
Instantly.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Hey, I had to stop masturbating because I go blind in my last eye. So you know.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding.
All right,
I'd
let's
never
go
give
with
that
the
up.
last one.
Anyway,
Purple.
what are we doing here? That was.
Is this
question
an extra
10.
question?
That was it.
That was just number 9, I thought.
No, that was 10.
10.
Oh,
I
never
mean, we
mind.
can keep going if you
damn.
shoot.
No, who won in the chat?
I think Amani came back and got.
My chat ain't even refreshed. Hold on. Yeah, Imani got this one. 5 points.
Oh,
Damn,
Imani,
Alex, you
won.
better get the jump on you.
Yeah.
It was
Look, I was gonna keep
a one.
going.
Mrs. Eddie Munson came back with a very strong attempt, but she's so disappointed that she didn't get to see Christina Ricci and was it Mr. Bernthal over the weekend that.
Need to meet him.
I know. I wanted
No, me and Alex are
Amani
upset.
says to give Mashan the lunchbox.
Ooh.
Stop! Take your lunchbox. Y'all always
We
be
have
nice.
some generous people because
Right.
people are giving away their prizes to other people. It's wonderful.
Y'all better than me. I'm gonna take my prize on one thing about me, but that's
He said,
y'all.
"I will collect my things."
And then show it off like I'm a menace.
So Amani won.
Tiffany is
Imani
saying that
won.
you didn't get yours
Okay.
yet. Yes, I emailed you.
Lunchbox.
It's going to go out this week. I was just very busy getting ready for Fan Expo Philadelphia, meeting Optimus Prime and Steve from Blue's Clues.
Do Bernthal do conventions a lot? Because I don't never see him up for conventions.
I've seen him at Steel City. I've seen him at
They're doing more and more
Houston.
lately, I've noticed.
Because if that's the case, I need Bernthal, Mr. Lenny, Mr. Nye, and Mr. Andy.
Say,
And
John
she
is like
says
he's
she
been
had
on
a fun time with you at the
podcast
camp
too.
and wants you to have the lunchbox, Mashand.
Aww.
Stop! We had a ball at camp. It was a time. It was a time.
Well,
Y'all nice.
again, I tell me about the camp. Tell me, is it like a party or is it actually like a con or is it like
It is literally camp. There's panels, which I went to every panel except for the fear one. I went to it's not even mowing them. It's just like, and I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was going to take a picture with Michael or some shit. So depending on whoever you want to see, whoever comes to camp that year, you get to do activities with them basically based on their character. Like Cooper always got a bunch of stuff. Like he got a thing where like he'd be doing like the escape room thing, survive the night you could do with him. Or you can make cobbler with him, of course.
There's a cobbler involved here with the Cooper.
Josh Hamilton did a wine tasting, obviously. Lori Holden did a lunch and a tour of in Sonora. All of the people, almost all of them did cornhole. Cornhole that first night was busting. It was crazy. Cooper and Margot, insane. You could pay for a karaoke to do with any of them, and the highlight of my entire weekend might have been seeing them drag Chandler on stage when the whole cast was up there singing. And when I tell you, I was in front hollering, seeing Chandler sing. I'm talking about he was doing the white man fish. You know, boy, I was screaming. Karaoke was great. It's just camp. It's a fucking blast. Mo did mimosas with her. Oh, Chandler did the handprint thing. You can make the handprint with him. That was cute. Chandler got announced like shit, I think a couple of weeks before the camp.
And Chandler had a full beard, I saw.
Yeah,
I was loving that.
Yeah, it was great. It was a time.
So Ty is saying that I should have been down there to be the moderator because their moderators were not great.
They don't have moderators. They just recorded themselves just to have it. Not the moderators. I'm thinking about recording it. No, I liked all the moderators except for one of the groups. They literally took up the entire time talking to them. And it's like, okay, so can't nobody ask questions now? I asked the question at every panel, but like still.
Yeah. There's been a few moderators that I've seen who were just horrible. There was this one guy at LI who's like, he asked questions for like 50 minutes and then he's like, all right, well, let's turn it over to the audience now.
Yeah, and then don't even be asking good questions.
And I said to him later on, you know, you went a little long with your questions. He's, I got to get through them all. It's like, no, you fucking don't. If you're a good moderator, you ask, like, if there's a lot of people who want to ask questions, you ask one to start with, if that. And then you get right to the audience. They're not there to hear you speak.
It was one group of them sitting there talking like they was at the house. And I'm like, damn. But yeah, everybody go to camp. It's a fucking blast. This was the biggest it's ever been. I think this was the 4th year. And I literally just heard about it in February.
Well, where did you stay?
At the hotel, at the Walking Dead hotel that we've been hearing about for years, where the cast be staying at, like the Walking Dead hotel.
Did you get a VIP package? Is that why?
I had an inclusive VIP. You could get a VIP that don't include that, but I wanted to stay at the Walking Dead hotel. Obviously, it's not called that, but
well, the thing is,
it's the Walking Dead hotel.
Yeah, you have to like buy an inclusive VIP.
It was $600
in order to stay at that hotel. And it's
but the GA tickets was like $30, $40.
Yeah,
so you could literally just get it.
I wouldn't have had to pay because I would have gotten in as press. But the thing is, I want to stay at the hotel that's right there. All the other hotels are like, way, you know, not even close.
And it's in Peachtree City, which is like the sticks, but it's not. It's just like a small town.
And so where the hell are you going to stay, you know, if you're not VIP? That sucks. I think that's why I didn't go last year, because they were like, oh, yeah, you can come down, you can be press, might even have you do some panels, you can record.
It's a nice hotel, too.
But I'm like, well, can I book a room at the... No, you have to pay for the VIP inclusive. It's like...
No,
I already got my ticket.
Your own room on the side. You could have just booked your own room on the side.
Well, they said that you couldn't
it's a nice
book
hotel,
there unless
too.
you were VIP, so...
Tomaj would have been at the bar all weekend.
Maybe they changed it this year. Maybe they changed
That's
it.
true.
I would have had mimosas with Mo.
Everybody was at the bar. When I tell you, Maxon, Matt, Chandler.
Maxon was at the bar. Oh, no.
Okay, but the way they was sitting, Chandler was sitting at the bar, and then Matt was sitting at the bar, and he was like sitting in between them, but his arms wasn't on the bar, but yeah, we had a time. Maxon is fucking tall.
Yeah, he's almost taller than Matt now, I think.
He is. I had not seen him
Shit.
literally since he was on the show. And when I was sitting in my car waiting on my room to be ready, he was parked next to me. And I'm like, why did it look like little Henry when I was sitting in my car waiting on my room to be ready? And then later on, I was like, oh my God, them kids grow up, don't they? Woo! Madison was there. They did a whole little season 1 panel. Chandler, Madison, Lori, and Emma. Emma is so nice. She introduced herself. She's like, I'm Emma. I'm like, girl, I know who you is. Give me a hug. So nice. But yeah, it was great. They did a season 1 panel with them. And then all of the Lynch kids did a panel. 2 of the Reapers did a panel. Of course, you know they had Michael and Paola do a panel. Ooh, they be cutting up.
Well, maybe next year I'll go if the stars align and I can get a room at that host hotel, because
That's the thing. If you could get in free, that's fine. But just book you a room. It's a nice hotel. It's nice.
I'm going next time. Y'all ain't even got to worry about me. I will be there. I'm buying the first ticket, so it don't even matter.
Me, Ty, and Alex was running a fucking muck.
Well, if people want a room, it'll be me and May, so we can get a double room. And if anyone else wants to save on costs, let me know. But anyway, I have a cat right in front of my face.
Oh, right. I almost forgot about fear.
I have a full beard.
I mean,
full beard just like Chandler right now.
Right?
I was about to
Chandler
say, that's
had
what
his
he
whole
said.
beard out.
I feel like he's probably going for a role or something because he's never really grown it out. So maybe he's thinking of going for another role, which would be cool.
Or maybe he's
Chandler
figuring,
Mama was there.
If he wears the beard, they may not be automatically dismiss him as Chandler, as Carl Grimes when he goes for a role.
Maybe.
All right, we need to talk about this week's fear, which I can't pinpoint a horrible scene necessarily, in this episode as I could the last 3. So, I mean, there were some scenes that were worse than others, but nothing on the level of the ones that I saw in the first 3 episodes.
No.
Nothing that bad.
No.
So we had Morgan back in King County. I'm wondering how the fuck did he get there so quickly? Because it took him so long to get out to Texas. And now he just on foot gets back to King County, Georgia in
I think the place that Padre is located is got to be somewhere around Savannah, because otherwise it would be like some other well-known shows distance traveling that makes no fucking sense. And
travel at the speed of plot.
Yeah, and I don't like that. That's a little bit too fast of a travel speed for me.
I knew it was fast, but I knew it was really fast when Dwight and Sherry met up with their son all of a sudden. I'm like, damn, he beat y'all there. Damn near.
Yeah, so Padre can't be that far away, so maybe it is in Savannah. I was thinking it was in Louisiana.
That's what I
me
thought.
too.
That's the impression that I got, but apparently that was inconvenient for the storyline, so the Walking Dead writers just said, nope, now it's in Savannah. So, yeah, definitely a better episode. It was nice to see Morgan back in his old stomping grounds, his clear days. So, who has thoughts on his mission, the reason he went back? Out of the blue, just decided he needs to go back.
And can I say something, since I'd have missed the last couple of these because I'm always on a damn trip somewhere? I will never understand how Morgan fucking Jones, Lenny James, is a child collector. Out of all the people, I don't give a fuck if he was only doing it with certain kids under circumstances. I don't want to hear none of that shit. The man that couldn't even put his own fucking... Come on now. Morgan collecting kids, and watching this episode reinforce it. I'm like, this man collecting kids for years. Fear get on my nerve. I'm just...
Yeah.
It really aggravated me because I feel like with The Walking Dead, with that time jump, I just wanted to learn so much more. So being in the situation here where I still feel as though they're not giving a shit, it's kind of frustrating,
Yeah.
And Sherry seems
They put him over there so
salty.
we all could go watch it.
Nah, yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, to get Morgan back to the point where he's writing those names on the wall. I mean, I don't know. I just it's just all crazy.
I mean, he did not have any therapy, so there is that. And he never got it totally out of his system.
Yeah,
But-
Morgan's always been flip floppy though. He
No, the
always
psych-
goes from one headspace to the next.
The psychology of Morgan over the past 12, 13 years is insane when you sit and think about it.
Yeah, he is
It's
a therapist.
insane.
Wet dream, because they would make so much money off his insurance.
His various states of mental health. Just off that alone, like his various states of mental health.
So
I do feel like though, with him covering up his wife and burying her and burying Dwayne, I feel like that kind of puts a close to that chapter.
I agree.
I feel like
Yes.
that's
I agree.
the last we see.
Oh, I agree,
Clear.
but for him to go traveling all the way back there just so he could put down his son, like 10 years after he left him.
And we never knew he didn't put Dwayne down. He only ever, when he was still in clear mode, when he was telling Rick, all I see is red, everything is red. He never said what happened with Dwayne after, and he never said that he shot his wife. He never said that. So when he said, I did what I should have did weeks before, I said, so 2010 to 2023, we just now finding out that he shot his wife. I just watched the episode before we got on live. He said, I did what I should have did weeks before.
Yep.
So she was literally dead for weeks, and then the whole thing happened with them in the basement. We never knew that.
Nope.
Never. I was like,
well,
oh my God.
when Rick first, re-encountered Morgan, he was not exactly the most communicative person. He was basically trying to kill everybody, and apparently he doesn't remember everything because he fucking moved his son and changed him in the attic and didn't even
I
remember
think
that.
Rick
shit.
snapped him out of it. Honestly, that familiar face is what snapped.
I was
Morgan
really
out of that.
hoping that
Yeah, I
he would
agree.
bring up Rick's name and say, I don't remember anything. I just remember Rick coming back.
he
So I
didn't-
was
He
hoping-
did say Rick name.
He said
twice.
Rick Grimes, but he didn't in that situation when he was talking about not remembering anything. I was hoping
Oh,
he
okay.
would remember like the only thing that kind of refreshed his mind was seeing like Rick or something, because he was talking.
You
about how he
know
didn't
me!
remember anything. Yeah.
I was gonna say in that
The thing-
scene in Clear, I don't think he directly says that he shot her, but he says when he finishes his speech or his monologue, he has a voice crack and he says that he does it, but he doesn't specify what that is. But I kind of just assumed that he killed her.
Me too.
So when they mentioned in this episode that they made a point to say shot her and not killed her, I was like, Well, if it
we
wasn't a
found the body.
headshot. Well, yeah. But so initially when I was watching it, I was like, so did he just shoot her just out of instinct and not put her down, or
He shot her when she
Obvi-
was already eating Dwayne.
yeah?
That was the only reason he
it
shot
kind
her.
of rubbed me the wrong way though that we don't know how. Obviously, he probably would have been fairly quick because as we saw, it was Dwayne's face. But the fact that as that was going on, he just panicked and ran away and left him there. I don't know.
I don't know.
That made it
Did
really
he-
sad.
Well,
Didn't he say that he
chained him up,
tried to pull out his
so-
gun? He just couldn't do it fast enough. Or something
To
like
put
that?
Dwayne
he said
down.
before he could even
But-
get his
Put
gun up,
Dwayne
she was
down.
on
Okay,
him.
Yeah.
go.
But then when she jumped on him after he shot
gotta
at her,
remember,
he just
Morgan-
ran.
Morgan was down in the basement and Dwayne was at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
So he wasn't even right there to grab
Yeah.
her, push her, or do nothing.
Yeah, I think
really
it was
quick-
right when he got up that it
He-
happened, and it was
Wait,
just too
real
fast.
quick, wait. Morgan's state of mind never ceases to amaze me. You don't remember where you put your son, but you remember how many fucking peanut butter bars you had.
I
and
was
Sean
just about
ate
to.
one.
You remembered the
Don't forget
protein
the
bars.
tomato soup.
That's why I was gonna say I don't think Morgan's a reliable narrator.
Narrator,
I
yeah.
know that he remembers things correctly. He couldn't even remember, what he did with Dwayne, what house he was in, that he chained him up. He even wrote his name on the roof and stuff. So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was there for a minute.
It mu-
He either ran and came back, or
Well,
did
that was
then
again.
ran.
He doesn't
It must-
remember a lot from that period of time. So.
No, yeah, it must be easy for him to be the main character for the writers because he was so crazy. They could easily just retcon something and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I remembered it happening this way," but
You-
the hell
you
do
know,
I know?
But what's
I
funny?
don't get-
What's funny
Go ahead.
is we have, he met Rick Grimes. They spent about a day and a half, 2 days together, and he made such an impact that snapped him out of his clear mode. He hunted him down. It's like Morales said when they met, years later, and Morales was a savior, and he's like, what? because we spent a couple days, years ago together, I'm supposed to be, on your side.
Right.
It's interesting.
I think Rick might have been the first person that Morgan come in contact with after because he stayed in the city. He never left. Remember, there were thousands of cars on the highway from people evacuated and trying to leave. I think Rick might have been the first person that they come in contact with.
I suppose. And
wasn't there like skulls around where Morgan had his camp though? Or am I tripping?
In the season 3 time where we see him, there's a bunch of burned bodies.
Yeah.
But
I
mean, it could have been
similar
to Fear, where when we have our main Fear crew like leaving or like fleeing the city before it gets bombed, it seemed like just downtown Atlanta got bombed for the most part. So then when they bombed Atlanta, anyone that stayed in the general neighborhood probably either stayed and then just starved to death or was killed, or they ended up trying to go somewhere else and then just never made it back. So, I mean, I think it's definitely possible that he was the first person, but I think...
the way he was talking about his wife, that was probably literally the only other person he talked to about his dead wife, other than, obviously, Dwayne that
Possibly.
was there.
And the shower was probably really good, so,
And he the police, right? He took you to the station, got you set up. He gave you the gun to put your wife down. Like, it's some shit that you just... People block out their trauma all the time.
Because, they were all in the shower. He was checking them out.
People block their trauma out all the time, but that shit was not in Morgan mind. No.
Yeah. So, but overall, yeah, that's who was saying it before? Was it you? Who was saying just give Morgan episode, and then Mo and Grace had to show up? Was that you, Jack, or?
No, that was Michonne. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that was Michonne too.
And
she
ran away. So. Yeah,
I heard my name.
Didn't you say, why can't we just have Morgan get like an episode, but then Mo and
Grace had to ruin it.
Had to show up.
I accidentally like fake spoiled myself a little bit. I was on Twitter, and obviously I follow a bunch of Walking Dead accounts, and they was like episode 4 spoilers, and I kept scrolling anyway. But I wasn't on their account. I was just scrolling on my timeline, and all I saw was Morgan returns to King County. I was like, oh, shit.
I mean,
that was all I knew.
The name of the episode was King County, I think and the preview.
No, I didn't even know the name of the episode because I hadn't looked it up or nothing. But then all I saw was a picture, and it was like Morgan returns to King County. So I'm like, oh shit, they finally gonna give me something good. And then when Grace pulled up, I was like, I just can't have nothing. Just let me get this Morgan episode. And then when Mo was back there, I said, the child is here too, y'all. But it was okay. It was still a great episode. Best Fear episode ever.
Now that I think about it, the whole Mo thing, that should have been the indicator of the distance, because if it was actually really far, she would have starved to death under the blanket.
You can survive for 3 days.
She would have been pissing and shitting and...
No, actually, you can survive for three weeks without food. 3 days without water is a problem. So,
and how was Dwight and Sherry and them on their ass so fast? Morgan wasn't even there 10 minutes before they pulled up. The King County sign was on the ground. Then everybody pull up. That's why I was mad. I was like, can I at least get 10 minutes in King County with just Morgan? Everybody just pulled up so fast. So I was like, damn.
Genuinely blown away by the recreation that they did for the house, because they didn't have the original set pieces, and I thought they did so good.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was the original set until I watched the after discussion.
Shame on you. As soon as he walked in there and I saw them yellow walls, the boarded up walls with the blue blanket looking thing, I was hollering, screaming. This is the house.
Well, no, I'm saying I didn't realize the original one had been. This was a recreation of the original, not the original.
And then the house, I was like, "That's the doorknob." She was twisted. Like I was hot when they showed like the CGI Jenny that they recreated was great. By the way,
I don't think that was CGI. I think I saw somewhere that they had her come and reprise the role.
It didn't look like it was her, or maybe they made her look over a decade. They made her. I could see it perfectly in my head. Morgan's wife,
dead in
season 1, episode 1, and she looked some kind of edited some kind of way. It didn't look exactly the same. And also, she was just there in his mind. So I mean, she wasn't.
Yeah,
gonna
she
look
was
exactly the
probably,
same.
if she came in and reprised, as Jack was saying, then she was probably digitally altered anyway in post because
Exactly.
it's been years for her, so she might not
Yeah.
look quite exactly the same, even with the makeup.
And she been dead all these 12 years. Well, dead, twice dead. All these 12 years laying on the floor in that house. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
I don't think they used her for that body.
No, that skeleton. Her hair was still on her head. I'm like, now why they do her like that? Like I know hair is already dead. That's why I done her. But I'm like, now why they got that lady hair ain't combed? But I didn't say nothing. It was just in my head.
Well, maybe Morgan combed it as he was putting her
Man.
final rest.
This episode was so good. I was literally like, the house, every single thing. I was like, but when they showed Dwayne in that attic, woo, let me tell you, that was when that boy did. Ooh,
Yeah, I was not so emotionally affected.
it's heartless. I just tell you about these heartless people.
I felt kind of emotional
Like,
too.
yeah, Dwayne Biter,
What got me emotional was hearing him say "Daddy, Daddy," like through the Kraken voice.
No, yeah, the
I was like,
flashbacks
oh.
are what threw me off a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they started showing the pictures of. Yeah.
they showed every scene that he was in because that's how little he was in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, shit, he was in the show about as long as RJ.
Wow.
Well, he had more lines.
Yeah, that's for sure.
No, I would say this was probably the best one in a long time.
Yes.
I mean,
It definitely wasn't a 10, but it was an improvement.
Well, best one of the season is not a stretch.
No.
Best one of the last two seasons, probably.
Yeah.
Season 6 had some good ones, but
6 was great. 7 was rough, though.
yeah. So, yeah, I still have to admit I haven't seen most of 2 and 3 and 4. I picked it up at 5, which was rough.
That was an awe. Yeah, I'm surprised you even remotely stuck with it if you picked it up then.
Well,
because that's one of the
reacting to it.
worst seasons of television I've ever seen.
Yeah, 5 was terrible.
Like
Yeah.
I'd rewatch World Beyond and Tales before I did that. Well, I don't know about Tales. Tales was pretty rough.
Yeah.
I still have to see season 2 of World Beyond.
It was actually pretty. Season 2 was a massive step up from season 1 for World
I
Beyond.
agree with
I've
that.
heard that. That's why
Yeah.
I'm eventually going to go back.
I mean,
But
it's not
I
that
enjoyed
hard
it.
to go up from where it was, though. To be honest.
Yeah, but it gave people a lot of what they wanted initially.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we can't really badmouth this episode.
No.
So,
the only thing that bugged me a little bit was, and I don't know if we're going chronological, but the end bit, not end, but the stuff after, like right after they buried Jenny and Dwayne, that whole scene was one of, if not the most predictable things that I have seen in the Walking Dead universe, and it bothered me so much because the second that they maybe it's just because I know framing, and just the second I saw the way that they were framing the shots in the scene, I'm like, oh my God, really? They're going to do like some Friday the 13th shit and have like, "Rah," and like,
yeah, I was like,
really?
she's sitting.
Are you talking about with Mo?
yeah, I was like,
I literally said that. I said, now she done went all the way over there. If a fucking Walker come out, I'm gonna be so
yeah,
mad.
I'm like,
I was expecting.
if you're
a bite.
framing that scene with just her, you have her in the left third. They had her in the center, almost slightly to the right, which meant they were making room for something to happen in that left side or just filming a bad shot. So I'm like, they're clearly going to have something happen. And they tried to fake us out with the photo thing and have, an important conversation taking place and her just meandering in the background. I'm like, you guys couldn't make it a little bit less predictable or some shit? Like, come on.
I was personally more upset that Dwayne and Jenny's service wasn't long because I wanted to see both of them in there linked up against each other. I wanted to see them shoveling. I
See, I
wanted
didn't
that
even know
whole
I
thing.
needed that.
I
But
was already
that would have been nice.
No, because I was already crying. Like,
Like you want to be more depressed, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Like,
she
you
wanted
want
some
that.
closure.
because once they showed Dwayne, well, once Mo went upstairs and I heard noise, I said Dwayne up there. I know before they even
Mhm.
showed anything, but once they showed him and was going back and forth between when he was alive and him as a walker, that's when I was crying, and I'm steady doing all this crying, and then he just putting flowers on the grave. I'm still crying, but I'm still in my head like, okay, so we couldn't get a whole service like Otis. Like I need like a whole thing. Like what is we doing? Like I need to see you, Tyrese,
Not
scooping the dirt.
Otis.
Scooping the dirt. Like I needed the whole thing. Like this been 12 years coming. Like I need the whole thing. So I didn't like how it was drawn out finding Dwayne. And then all of a sudden I don't get to see them being buried. And where did he get them flowers from?
From Carol, duh.
Yeah,
Man.
and he didn't look at him too closely.
I was trying to get all my Morgan in this episode.
No, I have
Man,
to
Grace
say,
getting bit. I'm like, this bitch just always sick and got a problem. Come to find out she is sick. I was like, this lady right here. Goodness. Grace be stressing me out.
well, I mean, that last scene, as Jack was saying, it was pretty obvious that something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because as soon as she started wandering off, I'm like, she's wandering away from them. They're not really paying attention to her. She's going to be attacked any moment now. And I actually, the way she was sitting near the corner of the building, I mean, a biter could have come right around, didn't have to burst out of the ground, but they made it super fucking dramatic and had it burst out, a burnt walker. And then how did Grace get bit so quick? I watched that scene.
Thank you.
And it's like, he barely went like this, and it's like, first of all, have you tried biting through clothing? Not that easy.
Thank you.
You know, but somehow it just was able to.
Apparently, Walker teeth are made of razor blades. You know.
Facts.
I mean,
Well-
I heard a lot of speculation early on in the show with the Dale scene, because people were like, well, how did you just rip open his rib cage? And I've seen people make the argument that with walkers kind of hitting and scratching at stuff so much, they essentially file off the skin on their hands and fingers and file down the bones in their fingers or their nails into shivs. So it kind of like the scratching seems like it can logically sort of make sense. But yeah, the biting, I don't see them just biting a bunch of shit.
She had on a shirt with a jacket on top of it.
Yeah.
However-
And got a Carl
way
bite.
too fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least Carl's shirt, it was
Or like
loose.
an
It might
Eastman
come up
bite.
a little bit.
Like at least with Eastman, we saw it like latch on, and he's like, like she turned way too fast for that to happen.
I did not see Grace getting bit. I watched the
Well,
entire
as soon as
scene.
she turned and was like this, I'm like,
That
she
Walker
got
did
bit.
not have time to. I'm talking about that
No,
was a
but-
good bite. I watched the whole scene. Eyes was glued to the screen.
Yeah.
So then when she was like, and she lifted her shirt up, I'm like, how? I just watched
You
the
know,
entire
we were
fucking-
doing so well without like finding any faults with the episode.
And then we
And
find
now
one
we
little.
found it.
There
All
it is.
other stuff
They
that's
gotta
just not
fuck
related
something
to
up.
Morgan. For a Fear episode, this was Oscar worthy. It really was. Coming out
I mean,
of the depths,
anything with Lenny in it is always
coming out of the
phenomenal.
depths of the last few seasons, I needed this. Now I don't know what's gonna happen the rest of the. They could have saved that for the finale, the King County episode. They
Isn't
trying to
the
keep me
mid-season
watching.
finale
Absolutely.
called
In 2
All I
weeks.
See Is Red?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
See, why do
we'll-
y'all
down
be
for
looking
it.
ahead, looking at the names?
To get excited.
Yeah. To get
See, I don't be
excited.
looking at nothing. Oh,
Now, I want to get back to one thing about Bitas and their strength.
Variance.
when-
That's the answer.
Well, when human beings lift up something and we feel the strain, we naturally stop. You know, we have like built-in things that basically say, this is too much for you, you know, whereas there are no inhibitions on Bitas. So even if it's something too heavy, that's why they could smash through doors. If we tried to smash through a door like they smash through doors, you know, we
Ouch.
know we would be seriously damaged. They don't care. So they have the strength of someone who doesn't give a shit. However, that bite was, that.
They have the
That's
strength of
stupid.
crackheads, essentially.
Yeah.
No, but
Yes.
this the thing. A walker will be. Somebody could have died the first day of the apocalypse. You could just tell when somebody just been a walker a long time. They will be so decayed, falling apart. They don't walk regular. They don't get all their strength. They be scooting and shit. But all of a sudden, when it's time to bite, bitch, they got all the strength in the world. When it's
They
time to bite,
hungry.
you
It's
can't
also-
run, you can't walk.
If
It's
I'm
also
hungry enough and
entirely
you got a McDonald's
possible-
double cheeseburger, don't get my way.
It's entirely possible that Walker was a variant because Jenny was a variant. So they somewhere
He
in
was the
that
first
area.
one.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So
that
there's
walker,
somewhere-
You're right,
and that walker,
Tomaj.
and
You're
that walker
right.
was burned, came out the fucking ass.
Right.
Like
And
Thriller.
if you see
literally.
World Beyond, there's the variants that are fucking strong as hell. Like and fast.
Exactly.
They're
Exactly.
fast
Super
and strong.
fast. Yep. You're right.
That
Right.
Did you see that scene, Kyle, or like have
No,
you not
thanks
seen
for-
any of 2?
I've not seen any of 2, so I love the fact that you're spoiling everything for me. Thanks, guys. Nah,
You didn't see 8-2?
what?
Oh, I was saying World Beyond.
Oh. World Beyond was a very well made show. Them kids just got on my damn nerves because I wasn't invested in them.
Yeah, well,
And
the
they
first,
made it
the
seem
first
like
yeah,
Rick was
episode,
that's
over.
probably what it was.
the first
Because I feel like if we
season-
had better actors,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and one of those kids should have fucking died in that first season because
Yep.
It's
should have been Iris.
I mean, I
and
don't
that's why,
care
like,
who, but somebody, because
I like
they knock off
I'm
people
like
all
one
the
of the
time
few,
on
but-
Walking Dead.
you know,
Right.
it's bad when World Beyond is better than Fear. It was so well done, everything about it, but I just wasn't invested in them kids. So I was just like, "Where's Rick? I don't fucking care." Y'all like kind of tease Rick in the CRM. Tomaj, I know if I was mad, I know you was mad about the CRM. You was like, "When we gonna connect the dots?"
But how come we
I
can't
was
actually
satisfied when we
stay
got James. It was
talking
a little
about
bit close.
fear? Even when
CRM
it's
is
a good
Tomaj's favorite
episode?
3 letters.
We can't
His
stay
favorite
stay
three
on
letters of
subject
CRM.
with fear, even when it's a good episode. It's like
It was so good.
No,
Morgan had a
it's-
therapy session. Morgan literally ain't never talked about
Now-
that before, really, other than like Rick and like Grace a little bit.
And the whole thing, I mean, with Sherry and Dwight showing up, I mean, yeah, I mean,
I can't stand
understand.
Sherry.
They
I
both
mean-
get on my damn nerves. They both wishy-washy. Like one minute
Thank
y'all want to fight
you.
against these people, then y'all
Yeah.
want to help them. Like y'all should have been knocked them 2 guards out. Went and got your kid, and then boom. Like you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like we could have used this time to go rally back up with Daniel and Madison since we're really that close,
Yeah.
and then we could have got the kids back. You know what I'm saying? Like
Thank
you're
you.
doing too much.
They ain't gonna give it to us that fast. Because I've missed 6 episodes, it was kind of out of context. As soon as Dwight and Sherry put up, I was like, "Can you fucking kill them? I am so sick of them." Like,
See, episode 2
Oh,
was
so
actually
mad.
pretty solid.
I haven't
like,
seen
Yeah,
8.
2
It
was my
was,
favorite
yeah.
until this episode.
And I didn't even know Dwight and Sherry had a child. So then when I found out they had a child, I was like, "Oh my God." I said, "Kill them." As soon as they came on screen. That's
A
crazy.
child who is
Yeah, that-
able
that
to
was
knock out
a-
a grown
Let
woman
Morgan collect that
who's
child,
totally
right?
clueless.
Yeah, that
you say,
child, I
Jazz?
think info.
Let Morgan collect that child then, right?
Girl, it was a whole thing. And then Dwight even mentioned how it felt like the sanctuary all over again. And I'm like, you literally gave your fucking life to end Negan. Like, you could have died so many times. You mean to tell me you're back under somebody's rule? Like, you got your wife, y'all done had a child.
And it's one thing to mention it.
To realize this,
Like,
sir?
they continued to mention the sanctuary stuff. Like, you mentioned it once, we get it, but you're not doing anything to change it. So why the fuck are you talking about
The
it? If you're not
character
going to do anything,
development, it's just like Dwight and Sherry character development. No, they still doing the same shit. Wait, Morgan collect kids. I'm like, God damn, can we please continue the
Is
character
this
development?
actually the same show, or did we slip into another dimension where they're totally different people?
Jesus, because I don't know. I'll never be okay with Morgan collecting kids and Dwight and Sherry. Actually,
None
all
of
of
that.
them,
They-
Grace
they put
and
the
June,
fun-
Yeah.
everybody was doing it.
The
I said,
characters.
wow, I've missed a lot.
yeah, I
Who
was gonna
are
say
y'all?
2 gave you a lot of info that was fairly important to context for this one. So And it was a
and I
lot
can't fuck
easier to
with them.
watch.
I can't fuck with them because it wasn't even like, all right, we're gonna pretend like we really with them, but we're gonna dismantle this shit from the inside. No, they was really working for them people and really doing that shit. I collect kids. Mo, I am not your daddy.
So.
Excuse me? Like, at least pretend to be on their side. Oh my God, can we talk about how when we found out Padre was her fucking brother? I was so mad.
Me too.
The moment Madison broke that glass, I'm like, okay, so y'all finna shoot him, right? Like, wait,
The
let us
acting
explain.
That's what
was
made me
so
mad. The fact that we
goddamn
didn't kill
bad.
them too. What y'all mean? We came in here with hostages, and then they called the guards in the room, and we just gave up and let everybody take us back.
And somehow Madison allowed, what's her face?
Shrike.
Shrike to basically
live.
lay the blame.
To breathe. To
Is
walk
that the
for
lady
Dove's
name with the
mothers.
afro?
Shrike, yeah.
Shrike,
Okay, I did not know that was her
Shrike's
name.
like, who convinced her mom that she should go up against, Padre, that she had a chance? It's like, no, who fucking runs the soldiers that fucking
Thank
killed her
you.
mom? That was such a stupid ass way of shifting the blame that it's like,
None
it was
of
your
it makes
fucking
sense.
soldiers
now we-
who, and you
now we gotta
stole-
put Now we got to put Lenny to the side and just cuss everybody else out real quick. We got to put Lenny to the side because he always gonna be an A plus. But I'm like, okay, damn y'all not just finna pull up on them and just kill all the adults. Like, what are we doing? Like, you're not gonna get like, and then you letting this lady steady talk shit. They took her guns, didn't take the bitch walkie. You letting her radio her people. I'm just like, what are we doing, people? This is nowhere near y'all first rodeo. I'm probably peeking my microphone. I need to stop screaming. I'm like, this is nowhere near y'all first rodeo. Y'all let this bitch keep a walkie. Y'all letting her talk. I'm just like, what? Y'all do not know how to have a hostage. What is we doing? I'd have killed her and her brother. Y'all let them tell they whole, I'm talking about monologue.
Exactly.
We got their whole backstory this episode.
And that still didn't make sense.
Thank you. So y'all dumb ass followed y'all daddy that was in the army. You just had to get your daddy these binoculars. It was worth him dying for. He went to the army, but you just got to give your daddy his binoculars.
And how good are these army people if they don't notice two fucking teenagers sneaking under their goddamn boat?
Right.
In broad daylight.
I mean, to play devil's advocate, they were probably going off lack of sleep and shit because that's kind of how
Where
it was
they
in
guns
Fear.
go? They got all these supplies to rebuild communities.
This
but where
was
y'all
at the
guns against
beginning
slow
of
walkers?
the apocalypse. Them people was not tired. It was the beginning of the apocalypse. They was going to go do what they do. After they gave their whole monologue, I was like, y'all dumbass got y'all daddy killed, so y'all gonna take everybody else away from their parents. Like it still ain't justified to me in any kind of way. Like I don't give a fuck.
Listen,
What happened with y'all
nobody
daddy?
in the Walking Dead universe got any excuse. Alexandria went hand to hand with a horde of walkers. Hand
Thank
to
you.
hand, it was winning. Don't
Thank
nobody
you.
got no excuse, especially the army, and they got all them weapons.
Thank
Yeah.
you. In the beginning of the apocalypse, heavily supplied. Come on now, like no.
Some of them
Like
were just
Olivia was out
dumb.
there swinging her little machete. We got Gabriel, Eugene. Come on, those
No.
was our weakest links, and they was
No.
kicking ass. Like, don't nobody in the apocalypse got
Shit, Eric was out there in a fucking boot.
Negan,
Yeah, don't nobody got
Negan's villain arc, it ain't even justified to me at all, but it's more justified than two dumbass kids getting their daddy killed. So now they done spent the entire apocalypse building a community, indoctrinating kids. I'm just not gonna be able to get
I hate to say it, but Fear's had the worst villains ever. Except for Teddy. Teddy was good.
I feel like
the only
Fear's had
one
a
that
lot
made
of
sense.
one episode interesting good characters that they're like, yeah, we don't need them. Let's just kill them. Where it's like,
Literally.
no, you could have expanded on that so much, and you just
Yeah,
were
they
like, "Meh."
introduce kill.
Yeah, but
Teddy
then they
made
keep
more
around the
sense.
shitty villains,
Yeah.
like that
Teddy
bitch with the
made-
dreadlocks. Like
You
I
talking
would
about
rather
Joe?
sit through an hour with like the Westboro Baptist Church people than have to listen to that chick
Did
again.
I miss an episode? I don't know what's
No, I'm
going
talking about
on.
Lady
season
with the
5.
dreadlock.
Yeah.
From season 5.
Season 4.
The dirty, crusty
No,
bitch with the
season 4,
dreadlocks.
because I didn't see
Yeah.
Dirty
I gotta
Crusty
Google
Bitch.
this because I don't
Yeah.
I
know.
swear that was
Yeah.
fine.
What was her name again? What was her name?
I don't even know, and I don't even know if I want to
I
know.
watched it once and I never looked at it again.
Me neither. Hold on.
Yeah.
You said Hold on.
After her husband got
I don't
killed,
think you're gonna find anything by looking
and
up
nobody
dirty
helped
crusty
her,
bitch
then that's when she turned
on
evil.
Google.
Yeah.
Dreadlock. Oh, I guess it was 4. Damn, I thought.
Was she
okay,
the one
'cause I
who was
didn't see her.
leaving
It's the
boxes
bat-
and stuff?
Yes,
for people?
Yeah. Well, yeah, she
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Oh, the
it's
box lady.
this bitch.
The box lady. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They ain't have to have that black lady out there looking like that. That
I
was
said
Did
enjoy
something
the
funny
lunchbox.
on Fear's Instagram account too. I remember some reading
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
People
They
got super
took her
pissed.
privileges from her because she was posting non-fear related stuff. She was just posting stuff about, her other acting gigs and things she's done in the past. I mean, because she's been in the business for, a long, long time, and it was pissing people off. And then finally they cut the shit off and wouldn't let her post anything else.
I mean,
It
she was
was
just a
terrible.
box lady. What the fuck is there to post? Y'all, I am covered in mud, taking these boxes around. Fuck is she gonna post?
She was literally the entire
It was
villain
terrible.
in B.
It was terrible.
I absolutely thought that she was in 5. Now, why did I hate 5 so much then?
That was the radiation for the first half of the season and the
You
fucking
hated
kids.
5 because of the camera, Jack. That's why.
I hated the camera stuff
yeah,
too.
that was
Yeah.
the
Camera stuff was
that
awful.
was when it was all washed out, right?
Brian, you don't just feel no type of way about today?
But
You ain't got shit
Are
to
you
say.
you're editing right now, aren't you?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Brian has the floor. How do we feel?
All right, we need at least 10 minutes from you right here, man.
10 minutes is crazy. All right, so
This
you
is
were
your
talking
10
about how bad you hate season 5, right?
And you could talk about
Talk
this
about
season in
anything,
this
sir.
episode. Just
yeah,
bring something to the table.
I mean, so yeah, this has been a fun start to a season. Of course, I want to change the subject a little bit, but I do want to talk about Dwight and Sherry because, of course, they're trying to protect their own. But I mean, I've been constantly frustrated about what we've missed over the past 2 years. So just seeing everyone that was once friends just kind of going at each other's necks, and it's still something that I'm trying to get used to because, like I said, I keep comparing it to the Walking Dead time jump where as soon as Rick left, we have everyone beefing with each other. We find out that Michonne's not even communicating with any of the other communities, and like I said, the one thing that always bothered me was the lack of explanation. So diving into this, where it's like, oh yeah, like Dwight saying, yeah, like you're the one who got me into Padre, or like they made us do things, or I don't know. It's still making me like frustrated that we only have one season left and we don't have all this time to explain really much or anything at all. So I'm still like trying to soak in the fact that we have like 10 episodes left and we're probably not going to get much more explanation.
I was gonna say, don't worry, that'll get the last 2 episodes all crammed.
Yeah, I just don't want that. I
that's
feel like the
best thing
pacing is
they
going to
can
be
do, though.
ridiculous.
They already fucked up with the storyline. Just move on to a better one and end on a good note.
I also want to say, I was really hoping for a reunion of some sorts. I know everyone wants to see Rick and Morgan, but honestly, I feel like this is as close to a like a reunion as we're gonna get this episode.
I wanted on
I
Rick
feel
and
like this is
Michonne
as
show.
far as we're gonna get for like a Morgan, I guess, themed finale. If any, I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like this is as far as or close as we're gonna get.
well,
when it
I
comes
would
to-
find the last episode
We want it on the
being
Rick and
Morgan
Michonne
knocking
show.
on the gate
Here.
at Alexandria.
I feel like that makes like they realize that Padre may not be the place to go, so he brings everyone to Alexandria or wherever the hell they are now, and that's just where it closes out. And then if we get a little cameo, it would make sense in the Rick and Michonne series why Morgan's with the crew. But I mean,
I
don't know.
cannot see deny on Fear.
I just get so frustrated with
Me neither.
these characters being like, oh, we have nowhere to go, we just want a home. It's like, dog, you have a home. Like this,
They
I
were
know
like that in season 5.
I know.
That was it. Season 5
the
finale
cliffhanger,
bugged
I
me
think
so
me
much.
and you talked about that because
Yeah,
they were
we
like,
talked about
oh,
that a
where do we
lot.
go? They're like, where do we go now? And he's like, oh, I think I know a place. And then he's walking, then he stops. He's like, you know what? We could rebuild here.
I remember
Yeah,
that. Oh,
that
I was
I
pissed
remember
me
that
off
too.
so much.
Dude. I'm like, come on.
Yes.
That
It
could
was
have been the
a tease.
beginning of Fear possibly going in a much better direction, and they're like, no, we have some creative ideas we're gonna do, and they're gonna do really well. No, they're not. They did fucking awful.
Nope.
Oh. Yeah, I pretty much agree with all of that. I really wish that they would have given more time to it, but also if them cutting back on this means that AMC is going to be able to give more of a budget to Dead City and Summit and everything else, I'm cool with it because Fear's never gonna, no matter what they did this season, it wasn't going to be able to get to the level of the main show. They'd already done too much damage, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was worth putting everything into it to try to get it to that point. I think they just need to accept it and own it for what it is and move forward, which, I mean, it sucks, but I would rather have all the new stuff start really strong and this finish kind of than have this finish a little better than but have all this new stuff start weak, because then they're not going to last.
Right. Though, speaking of damage, Grace again is dying from radiation, and this is something.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense that they're going to try to fix her with radiation.
Yeah, exactly. They're
All
going
of a
to
sudden-
irradiate her bite. It's like
And
she
Morgan
should
was
just
like,
be
Morgan
immune.
was like, you were wrong last time. No, I went to a hospital and I scanned myself. I'm like, bitch, when the fuck did you have time to do all of this? You just found a fucking hospital.
I was going to
with
say
electricity,
episode
with
2
equipment.
would have.
Yeah, episode 2 explains that.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why she had radiation. Apparently, her body put it into her baby so that way she could stay alive. Her baby was stillborn, and all of a sudden she's still sick. So what was the point of her damn baby dying then? Which was
And
my
what
whole
did she
thing.
scan for? What did she have? Cancer? You know, does she? You know, is it? It's like,
You know how many different
Is
types
it what
of
Charlie's
scanning,
going from?
you know how many different type of scanning equipment it is, and
and
you
she
just
had
so happen
electricity.
But
It's
they
easier-
low-key confirmed that Charlie's gone, right?
I
they
don't
said
think
they
there's a
don't know
way
where
she-
Charlie yet. They
No,
said
because
she-
they said what was it? It was
Daniel
Yeah,
Daniel
Daniel-
said he wasn't there for her at the end, but he didn't see
or
her end.
Luciana. Yeah. He said he wasn't there for her and he wasn't there for Luciana. So
and I don't like that because I like Luciana.
where are they? I
Well,
mean, I
Luciana's
can understand
still
if I can
credited.
understand if yeah, I know
She
Luciana's still a part of
pregnant?
it. No, she's still a part
credited.
of it.
Oh,
Credited.
boy,
Oh, so is Coleman.
Yeah,
She's gonna be
yeah.
somewhere in the season.
boy. What-
Yeah, we're
Honestly,
gonna see
I
them.
wouldn't
We're gonna
mind
see
not
them.
seeing Strand because I feel like they've done so much weird shit with him in the last season and a half
True.
that I honestly don't even know if anything they could bring me of his character would make me want to watch it or enjoy it. And it's not on Coleman. Coleman's amazing, but they just
Coleman's
aren't
amazing.
giving him consistent stuff to work with. They're making it almost as difficult as the stuff we're seeing now. But it
What
was
was it?
his arc the whole season last season, which
Yeah.
is just
I still
painful.
ain't seen it. I need to see it. I'm see that. Y'all made me not want to watch it. I ain't even excited.
Well, no, but that's the thing. Coleman's acting last season was one of the few things that kept me watching
Phenomenal.
because
he's been one of my favorites. Period.
he was in his
Him
bag the entire goddamn season. I don't think
He was.
anybody did better last season than he did. And that includes Lenny, which surprised me because they really didn't give Morgan a lot to work with last season
Yeah.
compared to what they have in the past. Last season was the Strand show for damn sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I the only person that feel like Padre should not be the big bad villain to end the show? Because I
I
feel
don't
like
think it's
I
going
don't
to
think
end
they
it. I
will.
think it's just going to be A.
I feel like
think,
this
yeah,
could've been
they,
some-
they will
this-
take care of them by, you know, in 2
this could have been some
episodes.
season
Hey,
4
yeah.
shit. This could have easily been some season 4, season 5, like middle of the show villain type shit. Because obviously, if they stealing kids, you got to get the kids some kind of time to
Well,
grow
you
up.
didn't watch the last season, right?
The other half of it, no, the second half of it.
Okay, so but you saw that they were like mentioning Padre a lot, right?
Yeah, I just
Okay,
didn't know what the
okay.
hell it mean. It was Alicia, and I don't like Alicia.
Yeah, and basically, you know, delusions and dreams and, you know.
Yeah. Which I
I'm,
didn't
I'm
like.
glad
I
that
just
this
feel
one
like
didn't turn out to be a dream because I would have been like, what the fuck, another hallucination episode?
out of all of the villains, if they really would have hashed out Teddy, he could have been the out of fear, the ones that we've had, he could have been the best one at the end to really hash him out because he had a whole cult. People was buried, hidden that he done killed decades ago. It could have just been good, but some people that are literally younger than you, Morgan, that still kids, you work for these motherfuckers. Come on now, Morgan. Like, what is we doing? It ain't like no. It's not like Negan. It's not giving Sanctuary. It's not giving Whispers. It's not giving Commonwealth. Like, it's not a big bad threat to me that's worthy of the end of a show in the Walking Dead universe. Like, at least World Beyond, they had to fucking CRM. You got some people that look like they're fucking 30 that take people kids and y'all listen to them. What is we
And
doing?
how
liked
did two
the
teenagers?
concept.
How did two teenagers take over the community and
Thank
convince
you.
everyone that their father was still alive?
Just
and-
because you were talking to them over a fucking intercom. They know your daddy. They work with your daddy. But all of a sudden, your daddy don't come outside
Right.
no more. He behind
was
the police
every
flag.
single
Right. That
adult
don't make
off the
sense.
island?
All the adults, yeah, all the adults were gone.
Like-
Every single adult. That doesn't make sense that they would leave only kids on the island.
That's what they said.
I'm
that
just
doesn't
saying it
make
does-
sense, but that's what they said.
Yeah, if that's what they said, I mean, again,
math
it's
is
bad
not math.
writing because you don't leave all the children fucking alone. You leave you need a babysitter or two. You need a couple adults there just in case something happens. A nurse, a medic. Someone scrapes their knee. Come on.
Isn't that what June was for, though?
No, we're talking about the
Originally.
flashback, the original when the father died
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
I mean, maybe it was kind of like Michonne's friend, Jocelyn, and maybe it was like it started out like they were working with them and they knew about it, and then they just slowly had accidents, or they just didn't make it, like died protecting the kids or something, and they just made a point to not die. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where the more we look into it, the dumber it's
not what
going to
happened.
seem.
Yeah.
They gave you-
Definitely.
They gave you their whole origin story. They went back home and pretended like they was their daddy.
I liked the origin story initially up until the dad died. Because before that I was like, this is actually kind of interesting because we really haven't we always like tiptoe around the military and the government, but we never really
And we
fully
always-
dive into it.
And we always see them as, they're the ones who are doing horrible things to try to stave this off, and they're not concerned about civilians. And this guy seemed like he wanted to go out there and find people and save people.
Yeah, it seemed like he would have worked well with like Deanna and stuff.
The only reason it wasn't interesting to me is because
Sorry.
the only reason it wasn't interesting to me at all because the entire point of view was from his annoying fucking kids following
Yeah.
him around. So that's why I physically couldn't.
Has anyone here
he
seen
left
Dexter?
His binoculars. Dad, he left his binoculars. Who fucking cares? Oh my god! Like I was.
Has he been
The
raised
way I
that
am-
stupid?
Jesus Christ. Like, if it wasn't literally, it was their point of view the entire time. We never got to see how many people left with their daddy. We never got to see what happened when they got there, how all the fucking walkers got there. They just ran their stupid ass in there and got surrounded. I was like, this is why I hate this show. Like, I'm going back and forth between loving all of Lenny's scenes and him in King County to be like, I'm so sick of these fucking kids.
Well, I got to say, I hope the writers strike. I hope it ends and the writers get everything they want. But I really hope that the other side says, okay, we'll give you everything you want, but the guys who write Fear, they got to go.
Right.
Give you everything you want, just get rid of them people, because if they write another shitty series, a lot of people are just going to end themselves.
I agree.
They bet not get
Right.
nothing. Damn, another series. They bet not get nothing.
Yeah, we
This
don't
is the
want
second series they've
want
ruined.
a
This is
Dave
the
and
second
Dave
one they've ruined.
situation,
Yeah.
Tomaj.
They screwed up once upon a time, from what I
Yeah.
understand.
Wait, really quick.
Go back to school.
And speaking of writer strike, I don't want to take nothing away from anybody's industry, but every chef in the fucking United States need to go on the strike because we do not get paid nowhere near enough. But when everybody's stomach growling, that's when they'll get some fucking money.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's like there are some people who think, I don't know how these guys convince anyone that they can write. These guys just, don't they
I
have
don't know where
anyone
they
who like
found
checks us over and says, well, what about, real motivation? Let's talk to someone who like knows a little bit about psychology, who might not,
Someone that's lost a child or someone in a traumatizing way or
I need to know if Scott Gimple is getting the scripts. Like, there's no way he's reading this and said, yes, this is great writing. You're doing a good job.
I don't know. I think you might be giving Scott Gimple a little too much credit there, actually.
yeah, he's not that great, Tomaj.
I don't think he's
He
reading at
didn't
all.
write that bad, though.
He's like, oh,
But
good
if she's
title.
a
I mean, he
Go
doesn't write character stuff. He writes action well. He doesn't write character development that well, though. At least to me, I feel like he misses on a lot of the
built Rick
emotional
Stone up,
beats.
so I always got to give him love for that.
I feel like Andy and Denai did a lot of that with their own takes on their characters. I don't think he was telling them to do
Carol,
subtle
but
cues.
He did a lot with Carol. I think he writes characters pretty well.
I feel like I don't think the end result, like where Carol ended up, was bad. I just think that the pace that they went to get there was really off for me.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the way, like, where she went from start to finish. I just think that the speed was like, it was very quick in some places and very drawn out in other places, and I feel like it was just off a bit. Like the jump that we got between the prison, like when we got to between 3 and 4, where at the beginning of them being at the prison, she was almost shooting Rick trying to shoot walkers and couldn't even take a walker out with a gun from like 30-40 feet away, to then all of a sudden being a super mega assassin
Rambo.
at Terminus. To me, that didn't make any fucking sense.
Episode 1, just
Yeah.
let you know.
No, I know. I was saying, like, seeing where she was at the prison and then maybe a year later. And it's not like they're doing that much practice with their guns because they don't want to be wasting ammo, because that'd be dumb. So I don't know. I feel like if they would have built that up a bit more, like obviously the sickness arc at the prison, I really like personally. I know there was a comic that was not a show exclusive thing, and it was one of the few ones I really like. So I wouldn't have wanted them to get rid of that, but I don't know. I just felt like them doing the whole Karen and David thing made it so that we didn't really get to see where she had come to, like the point she was at, so that when we did see her, she was just all of a sudden fucking Rambo. And I was like, what the fuck?
Carol was not all of a sudden Rambo. Because Carol is not one of your favorite characters, you've missed some things.
Then again, we
were
had
not
Eugene.
sitting. I was explaining that
No, I heard you. You was
like-
talking about
I-
Gimple.
Yeah.
No, I
But I
like
feel
the
like-
end that where she ended up. I like that. I just
heard
wish
that.
they paced it differently. That's all I was saying. That was
I
the
mean,
only issue I
Eugene
had.
could barely take care of himself, and then
That
you know-
I thought was done well, though.
No, you gotta remember.
he was
I
picked
had-
up.
Before the prison, they were literally on the road for almost a fucking year.
Yeah, but
And
being
Carol
on the road,
was already.
she
Carol had
wasn't
already.
good though.
She had already was training with them with Shane. They was on the road for a year.
But she hadn't improved. That was my problem.
She was
Like when they got
already
to the
getting
prison,
into it.
she was missing shots and almost hitting Rick with the rifle. Now, if they had her hitting those shots at the beginning of season 3, I would have been like, oh, okay. So over this time, like while they were on the road, she's been doing a lot better. But they had her at the same spot skill-wise that she was at the farm, or maybe a little bit better. Whereas, like, if they had her much better right when we got to the prison, I would have been like, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, but
Because
they
then
did,
the Rambo thing would have.
kick her out though, so you didn't necessarily.
Yeah,
see-
you didn't really have a
Exactly.
lot of the time for it, which I think sucks, because I felt like they could have given her a lot more stuff to show the skills that she'd grown to have. And I don't know, again, it's nothing against Melissa, and it's nothing against the full bracket of Carol as a character.
They were
I just
very
think it was
small.
paced a little weird.
You just
Yeah.
had to catch them. Like even
Yeah.
that moment. Remember when Carol? Because when Carol was in her mood where she always wanted to run away and leave. I want to say it was Morgan that was trying to bring her back.
Yeah,
She had went to the whatever that office or that place.
the
They had that
library
program where she used to go when Ed was beating
Oh,
the
no,
shit
you're
out of her.
talking
When
about-
she used to go with Sophia.
with
and all of a
Daryl
sudden-
first, the abuse place.
When
Like
she was
before
there,
Beth? Yeah.
we had never seen Carol do shit like that. All of a sudden, because Carol just pulled shit out of her pocket like a
Yeah.
fucking rabbit out of a hat. Like she all of a sudden started setting up the Ziploc bag outside the window to catch water. Like she just had all of these moments throughout the
Yeah.
show that you just had to catch. Like
Well, see,
She
I
was
like
always-
that was one I liked that. That was a good.
and she was already a very
split with
resourceful
her.
person. I mean, she knew how to cook, clean, make some shit from scratch. She knew how to sew, make clothes.
Well, that's because Ed wasn't shit. Let's be honest. Ed wasn't doing
it ain't
anything.
like she was a dumb broad. Carol knew
Yeah,
how
also,
to
she
get
she
her
wasn't
fight,
she
and I
wasn't
think she did that
Andrea.
How's the editing coming?
Exactly.
I'm
I
not
mean,
editing. I'm not editing.
Fortnite.
No, I'm just listening. I'm not.
Okay.
Carol
I'm
knew some
enjoying
shit.
it.
She wasn't no dumb
Well,
broad.
it sounds like
I know
we
she
have,
wasn't a dumb broad.
Yeah, and by the end of season 3, she was hacking off walker heads though.
Yeah.
At the
What
fence
else
on the
you?
farm, period.
Yeah.
and then
Come
like
on.
season 4, she was teaching kids, and then telling them too well. But anyway,
Wait, you know what's so funny? Wait, at the camp, the moderators were I want to say it was the Lynch family panel. And people always got to bring up Carol and all her kids dying. And I had to get up and state my case for my auntie. And did. I sure did. I need that footage. I don't know where it's at, but I need that footage. Because they always be saying Carol killed all the kids. And I'm like, okay, first of all, y'all talking about Lizzie. She was feeding rats to walkers. That was not her child. That she ain't had nothing to do with that.
I mean, we could go on for hours
them
about
kids at the kingdom was
characters getting
Ezekiel
people directly or
kids.
indirectly killed.
Them kids at the kingdom was Ezekiel kids. Ron and Sam, they had an abusive daddy. They already wasn't reptile. So I only blame her and Rick for Sophia, and that's it. Just when none of them other kids. I told Lori, bitch, get the fuck off me. I'm gonna go get my daughter.
we have traveled quite a bit away from the whole,
We still in the
Fear.
Walking Dead universe, though.
Yeah, we're in the Walking Dead universe, but I think we've beaten 8-4 to death, and
we started off good though.
yeah, we
Did we?
We contained ourselves very well.
Did we?
we laid that one to rest, like
Jenny and
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
like Jenny and Dwayne. So
They didn't give us enough to rant about this week, so we had to go back for a minute because it ain't a good fear chat unless we bash it.
Yeah.
They've been dead, but not put to rest for 13 years. We could have got to see them dig the grave. We done seen them dig a lot of graves.
yeah,
Real
I'm
quick,
going
can
to
I
say
say
that
something?
I don't think the writers
Yes.
Who wanted to
back
say something?
then that they had to plan for this coming up. I think they came out with this probably the past few years, maybe at best. So
I tell you one thing. Being that cat made me rewatch. I think I'm still on season 2. I don't know. But I don't like Jim. I ain't like him. Because he knew Ed was beating the shit out of Carolyn. He was like, that is their marriage, not yours, who made you the judge and jury. I said, damn, that's all you got to say.
that's
He
called
be beating the
domestic
shit out of his
abuse, you
wife.
fuckhead.
I was like, I wasn't fucking with, I ain't never liked Jim, but
Karina
I
Lee
really
or
ain't
I
just-
feel like that was probably more so him projecting his guilt for leaving his family to die.
He
So
said
it
what
definitely
he said.
wasn't fair, but I feel like I don't think it was that he was okay with the abuse, but I think he was just kind of salty that other people have a family still and his
Wow.
was eaten.
No.
So he was just
he
being a
said what he
salty
said
bitch.
with his whole chest.
I never put much thought in the gym, so I don't know.
I
He
don't
was
know.
just bad.
My family, I would sacrifice them all to bite us.
Man. He didn't sacrifice them, no. They just got yanked out his
your
hand in the
poor
urn.
cats, man. Your poor cats.
Not my cats. No, you don't fuck with my cats. My
Okay,
family.
good.
And Cat's gonna take
My
care of
human
themselves.
family. My blood relatives. Take them.
Okay, I got you.
My family that I built and my cats. No, you don't mess with them.
Good.
But yeah, anyone tries to hurt my dogs, they're gonna be leaving in a body bag.
I think
My
we're
cats
gonna,
wouldn't allow it.
We're gonna wrap this up for the evening. Now that we have gone into way different territory, we're back at the prison for God's sakes, which
Right?
Thought you'd
God
like
damn.
that because you want it so bad.
Well, that's because I didn't get it. Maybe I'm a little salty about it, just like Sherry's friggin' salty about Morgan turning him in on the fucking rafts. And I will say with Sherry, she doesn't know Morgan that well. They didn't spend that much time together, so
At all.
for her to be like fuck Morgan, I understand that. Even Dwight, I mean, how much time did they spend together? I mean, they knew each other barely back in the
None.
original show. They knew of each other, and then it was like, enough for Morgan to be like, Dwight, is that you? That's pretty much it. But
Yeah.
I think
I just don't like the character development going backwards. Because why did Dwight and Sherry go through all that just to do the same shit?
Yeah, I
Exactly.
totally. I'm not defending that at all. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I think we see bonds between these characters that don't really exist because of the time periods they've actually spent together. We're
Yeah,
looking at it
that's-
as years
that's
of
true.
them being together, but it's actually on the show. It's been couple weeks, couple months, and not seeing each
Yeah.
other all that much. And then there's a time
Yeah.
jump, you know, and Morgan fucking betrayed everybody else to get
He
his
did.
child back, you know? So
I was
Yeah.
shocked. I was shocked when him and Grace was talking, and she was saying how they barely saw each other over the past 7 years, ever since they didn't have Mo no more. I said, damn, 7 years?
that's a
They was
lot.
like,
That don't make no
this.
sense. Like, you mean to tell me I finally found love in the apocalypse, and then I'm gonna let this group that I later find out to be kids split us apart? That's crazy. No, I'm killing everybody if I did that.
Especially, I mean, they're out in the field. They could hook up somewhere, you know?
They could have
Exactly.
left. If they really thought Mo
Exactly.
was safe, they could have left. They just
I
proved
think
that
that's
in this
why they
episode.
didn't
They could have been
leave,
gone.
because they had some gut feeling that she wasn't. Or, and
Then
then
she
I
shouldn't have
brought
been
this up
there.
last week,
She
the
either is safe
radiation.
or she isn't.
No,
There's no in
Morgan,
between.
you got to remember, Morgan literally called Padre to come get Mo. They never
Which was
captured
stupid
them.
because he was whooping Walker's asses in this.
Whooping ass.
I'm like, come on. There ain't no way you couldn't have did this in the swamp. You don't even got to move your hips all like that. If the bow staff go which way you want it to go.
Right.
Like,
I gotta
come
stop.
on, Morgan.
Daryl was locked up naked eating dog food sandwiches, and that nigga found a way to get out. Okay, you mean to tell me you a free man and you out here collecting kids for these people? You could just leave. Like,
And
it
they're
ain't
not
happening.
that far from Alexandria, you know. He could have went there. He could have went
And
to
how you don't know
Alexandria,
the
got
Walker
some
guts
fucking
trick?
help, and then went back after Padre.
When
Exactly.
they took Mo, he could have went and put his son to rest. He would have had all the time in the damn world.
Yep. And then he could have went to Alexandria and said, "There's this place. They're stealing kids. I think we should put an end to them." And he knew where it was. You know, they could.
What's the population of Padre?
I don't know, 50, 100. It doesn't seem that
It
big.
don't seem like it's big to me at all.
So I
Well,
mean,
we got about.
I mean, shit, maybe it's just those two and some kids.
Probably so.
yep.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So it wouldn't have been that difficult for, you know, Alexandria to swoop down, hook up with whoever's still alive in Oceanside, borrow some boats, go down there and take over. And then they could have found out about all those fucking supplies and cleared out the
Shipping
biters.
containers.
Yeah.
An
And
entire
rebuilt the world.
shipping yard.
literally.
And,
Largely untouched. An entire shipping yard. A lifetime worth of shit. Crazy.
Yeah. Would have helped. And I mean, now, by then, I'm not sure. I guess they just caught up to the Walking Dead timeline so that they can.
Yeah.
Not,
they can-
I don't think they're even fully there yet. Honestly, I think because they said what when that one flashback came up, it was what 12 years ago, right? Like the title card that came up this season.
Somebody told me
Yeah.
in my comments today. Charm did. Let me see what they put.
I was gonna
What
say because if
happened?
that said 12 years ago, the Here's Negan thing said 13 years ago. So wherever Here's Negan is relative to it, I think Fear is like, or when they were talking about Atlanta and all that being bombed, that's probably what.
So
2
Charm
months
told
in?
me.
Here's
Charm
Negan
told
was
me-
literally the very, very, very beginning of the apocalypse. Because remember when she got diagnosed with cancer on the radio, people
Yeah.
eating people, whatever they were saying.
Oh yeah. So Charm told me that the main show ended 13 years, 10 months, and 20 days in the timeline. Fear right now is 10 years and 6 months into the apocalypse. So they're about 3 years behind.
Which
Okay.
seems
That's
weird
alright.
because, yeah, I don't think that's right because the title card this season, when they flash back with the military, said 12 years ago, I'm pretty sure.
It could have
It
said
did.
10. It could have said 10.
No,
It
it
said
said
12.
12 because
It
I
said
was,
12.
yeah, it said 12. I know for a fact it said 12.
Yeah.
That's just what they put in my comments. I didn't
Well,
know.
I think they probably miscalculated it because the apocalypse, they have to be at least 12 and a half years into the apocalypse.
Right.
So maybe 13.
Yeah.
They may be just about caught up to the main show, which would be cool because then with no continuity errors, they could go. The last half of the season is them, basically reuniting with Alexandria and destroying, whatever threats, whatever the new threat is that is better than.
They is
Padre.
not going to Alexandria. Y'all can hang that dream up. They is not going to Alexandria. I don't even want Grace and Mo and them in Alexandria. I want Morgan
You don't want them to spoil
leave.
it.
I want Morgan to leave and be on the Rick and Michonne show. I don't want none of that energy crossing over. No, can't nobody go back for Morgan.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, they're Fear the Walking Dead writers. Don't imagine you're going to get anything you want. On that note, let's go around. Jazz, tell people where they can find you.
Not that I really have updated it in a while, but you can find me at Rose City Wayo on Instagram. I need to get back into it, you know. So
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Ms. Kayla?
Hi, y'all can find me on Twitch at Miss Kayla Gaming. I haven't been gaming that much lately because work has been whipping my ass. Sorry if y'all saw me yawning a lot. I'm so tired, but yet I still want to hop on the game, which I probably will do. I'm done with all this. But
always energy for the game.
Yes. On YouTube, you can find me at Miss Kayla, of course. And I haven't really been doing much with that either, but I will eventually. So y'all just be on the lookout. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitch and subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. So that's it.
Very cool. Karina?
Karina, you can find me at 2D Taurus on Twitter. Thanks.
Very cool. Busy.
You can find me Busy Brown everywhere. I promise next time I will be more vocal.
Not editing your videos.
A lot of stuff going on. I wasn't even doing it that much. I promise.
That much. See, the truth comes out. That
like
much.
when he said something, I wasn't editing at that time. If I'm being honest. But
you would stop a second or two before.
Nah.
That's why he got them headphones in. One ear on, one ear off.
Of course. But yeah, Busy Brown everywhere.
Jack's World, pretty much everywhere. Going to be checking out Dead City soon. Looking forward to it. And hopefully Fear wraps up this half of the season strong.
Yeah.
One can only hope.
Mashawn.
Yeah, I was so hungry. Anyway.
Well, you are talking TV, so this is totally in,
it's on brand.
Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. What else am I on? YouTube is all talking TV. And I'm about to revamp my podcast. It's going to be great, you guys. Lots of things coming.
Sweet. Tomaj, a.k.a. Games Master, a.k.a. Lieutenant Governor.
Big bro and little sister reacts. Y'all can always catch me drinking and reacting on any of that stuff. Tomaj 21 on Twitter. I drank this whole bottle of wine, y'all. Don't play with me.
Oh my God.
I'm a beast.
All right. Well, this very sober governor, of course, is here on Fandom Spotlight. And you can find us on Fandom Spotlight at fandomspotlight.com, of which Jazz is, a part of that organization. And she takes care of the Instagram and the Twitter. I take care of the TikTok and the YouTube. And what else we got? Is there anything else? Facebook, yeah. There's
exactly, Miss Kayla. I drink and I know.
I probably should be drinking. I'd remember more stuff. And we'll be putting out some panels that we actually managed to get from Fan Expo. None of the main stage ones, but some of the other ones. And we got next weekend is Sci-Fi Valley Con with some great voice actors. After that is Awesome Con, and if you're into Doctor Who, we should have the Eccleston panel and the Jodie Whittaker panel and all kinds of companions. So it's going to be really cool. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And Michonne, you're going to have to let me know where to send your lunchbox as she runs away. She just doesn't want to sit there awkwardly waving, But we will be back next week to talk about episode 5. And everybody, Governor and this amazing crew, we are out. Wave awkwardly.
Highly sedated, intoxicated. swimming towards a vicious dream.